What's up guys, it's your favorite twins, and today we are reacting to a very highly anticipated album, especially on this channel. I feel like anything Lana Del Rey is anticipated, it's highly requested, so of course, by the title of the video, we are getting into Ultraviolence. Now, this is Lana's second studio album.
Yes.
It is critically acclaimed.
Yes.
I've heard so much about Ultraviolence, but I don't know shit on this album. Of course, we started from the Genesis, Born to Die, which I will say
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. I still love Diet Mountain Dew.
Still in my rotation.
I played Diet Mountain Dew while I was washing my body to get in the, you know,
in that Lana spirit,
in that Lana spirit. So with Ultraviolence, we know that it's taking a little bit of a turn sonically. I think Ultraviolence is where she started to get more into that psychedelic rock, a little bit of a slower pace.
Stripped back.
So I'm not expecting any Diet Mountain Dews on this one.
No. The album is still described as cinematic though, so I'm glad that we're keeping that. I feel like Lana is great at telling stories. She's great at pulling from, you know, pop culture moments and just literature in general.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in the lyrical content.
There's a song on here called Fuck My Way to the Top.
Yeah, you know, I don't know what we're getting into. She's a Brooklyn baby, apparently. I just, you know, West Coast. The second album is usually, you know, either a continuation of the first sound, or somewhere completely different.
Yeah. One thing I can say before we get started, I love Lana Del Rey's album covers. I love that it looks like almost little to no energy was put into them. But then so much energy was put into them. I like that. When I say little to no energy, it's almost like candid shots.
I can see that.
Like, not, this is the photo shoot, let's get ready. No, it's just kind of like, I want it to look as natural as possible. And I love that. So I'm excited to dive in.
I didn't know that this was 2014, which was a great year for music.
Almost 10 years.
So I'm surprised that we haven't really heard anything.
Right.
I want to add to your comment about the covers. I think that she does a great job at making sure her covers reflect the time period of music she's influenced by, if that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I think of Born to Die specifically.
Yeah.
She just is great at theming and great at, you know, just creating that world for you to step into.
Before we get started, of course, we have to shout out our Patreon. Over there, you can find full-length reactions and exclusive reactions. So, if you're into that kind of thing, go ahead and join. Oh, that fits the cover so well.
Yeah. Kind of mysterious.
Yeah.
Share my body and my mind with you. That's all over now. 'Cause you're so far past me now. Share my body and my life with you. Got your Bible, got your gun, and you like the party. I'm finally happy now that you're gone. Put my little red body dress on. Everybody knows that I'm the best. I'm crazy.
Okay.
Get a little bit suburban and go. Because you're young, you're wild, you're free, fucking crazy.
This part sounds
Oh,
familiar.
this sounds very familiar.
I did what I had to do. I found another anyhow. Share my body and my mind with you.
I love that.
Love that. I like that contradiction.
Yeah.
And I have your way. Put my little red body dress on. You're dancing circles around me. You're fucking crazy.
This part, I'm trying to figure out where I've heard this.
I like my candy and your hair a white, and I'm
a really heavy introduction to the album, and now we're about to get into the title track.
Yeah.
So that almost feels like a prologue, a prelude. I'm reading here, shared my body and my mind with you, that's all over now. It's a little in reference to her drinking. A goodbye to what's been hurting her.
I was gonna say,
whether it's another person or another vice.
That goodbye song, that farewell to everything that's wrong for you and that has treated you poorly, whether that is a vice, whether that is a person, an addiction, something you rely on, the dependency. That's kind of how I take this. And so Jordan was looking up the meaning of ultraviolence, and it's just excessive violence.
Yeah,
but
much.
I feel like for that to, if that's going to be the theme of the album, or just, you know, maybe some parts of the album, I think that's so cool because that can go for so many things.
Yeah,
in someone's life. It's not always physical. There's mental warfare. There's everything.
Yeah.
There's mental strain. So I'm excited to see if that's kind of some things that we're going to touch on, especially with the title track being next.
I totally agree with you. I also love how it's touching on the contradiction of life and how it can be really complicated. And the idea of a cruel world, I think that's exactly what makes it cruel.
Yeah.
Is that you're constantly torn between what's good for you versus what's not. Got your Bible, got your gun, and you like to party and have fun. The contradiction of Bible versus gun. I read here that it's a nice depiction of spiritual and physical protection, but it's also a contradiction because practice what you preach. You know, you keep a gun on you, but you also read your Bible, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and preach peace
yeah.
and love. But that's kind of the opposite. And also, she seems to be speaking of this person or this thing in such a fond way.
Yeah.
But also says, I'm happy now that you're gone. So that also gives a contradiction.
Because you can appreciate it from afar. Like, I appreciate what you were for me at the time, or what you taught me, or what you were. So, I like that I'm ready to dive in now. I feel like that was a good introduction. Oh, I know that one too.
They used to call me Dean. I stood for deadly nightshade, but blessed with beauty and grace.
Both sides again.
Yeah.
Jim told me that.
Ooh.
Hit me and it felt like a kiss.
That's nice.
It's
With his ultraviolence.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on.
Something you're so used to, you mask it as wow.
You in a way romanticize it or believe that it's out of love.
Out of love.
He used to call me poison, like I was poison ivy.
Shout out DC.
I could have died right there.
And that's such a reality.
Oh, wow. He was right beside her.
He held me, but it felt like true love. Loving him was never enough. It's ultraviolence.
Oh, I'm seeing that Jim could also be in reference to Jim Beam, which is a whiskey.
Oh,
also,
shit.
As well as Jim Morrison, Jim Jones, a lot of different Jims
Wow,
here.
I love that. My favorite era.
I love you the first time, I love you the last time. You're so lovely and safe, sir, and you're my
Cult leader.
I love you forever. Give me all of that ultraviolence.
Oh, this is interesting.
I love this song.
This is interesting.
I love this song.
I did not expect that to be on that. Oh, it's like, okay, in life, you can be so used to your setting.
Yes.
That it kind of rewires your brain and rewires your perception of things.
Sure does.
And this feels like, at least with these two songs, it feels like Lana's waking up, but also calling out these things within herself.
Yes.
So, like, in a Grazia interview, Lana said she was part of an underground sect controlled by a manipulative guru that I guess turned to be more like a cult.
Yeah. Which is so interesting because, like you said, you have Jim,
Yeah.
who was a cult leader, had a mass suicide due to his following,
Yeah.
right? So you use that. That is so twisted and so fucked.
Yeah.
But it really goes to show you that when your mind is so impressionable, when you put this person on a pedestal, anything they do, whether it be abusing you, manipulating, anything, you romanticize it and you sugarcoat it. And then when you're finally out of that, sometimes you don't know how to operate without it.
You don't,
And then when it happens maybe in a relationship and that turns abusive, it's almost like this, lack of a better word, trigger, but it's almost like a safe haven because it's what you're used to. How twisted that can be. Let me go ahead and add a like to Ultraviolence. That's a very deep song.
It is. Wow. It can also become what you believe you're deserving of or what you're worth.
And that self...
And so, that self-perception.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I can hear Sirens, He Hit Me and It Felt Like a Kiss. It's like sad, but also romantic at the same time. There's a lot of contradiction here. I don't want to imply anything or assume anything, but just going based off the lyrical content, that's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
My baby lives in shades of blue, blue eyes and jazz and attitude.
California.
He loves his drugs, he loves his baby too.
Again, torn between all these different things.
Yeah.
But I can't fix it. But you are unfixable.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Fill your world.
I love it.
I love that.
Her voice.
Heart and hands and aptitude.
Ooh, I gotta talk about that. Oh, wow.
Wholehearted
When he calls for me and not for you. He prays for peace and maybe someone new.
I don't feel like I'm enough.
His strange weather.
Love that line. Love that line.
'Cause
Her voice is like buried.
Okay.
I didn't expect this.
Me either. I love this. Hear the birds? Yes. I love that. Oh wow.
That one kind of caught me by surprise. Not gonna lie.
Me too.
That one caught me by surprise. Okay, this run so far has been really good.
Yeah.
Shades of Cool. I take that as just like these shades of cool. There are so many different shades within that cool. Mainly, it's more of a blue because when you think cool, you think blue, you think cold.
Yeah.
I love the fact that the first verse and the second verse describe two different types. So my baby lives in shades of blue, blue eyes and jazz and attitude. So that's kind of like the cool, as in he's a cool guy.
Yeah, a cool guy.
You know? And then when we go to verse 2, my baby lives in shades of cool, cold heart and hands of aptitude. It's that cold-hearted side, that cold side that he has. Again, describing the conflicting sides to a person, which actually, namely, can go into abuse because they're very hot and cold. And then further into the song, describing hot as summertime. Right? Summer's
and the strange weather,
And the strange weather, which means I never know when you're going to switch.
On me.
Strange weather also reminded me of Blue Skies. You never know which version of them you're going to get.
Yeah, and that's, I was going to say, I think Shades of Cool is one of those songs where the meaning is very clear.
Yeah.
It's also wanting to help this person and be the one to help them, and you just can't, you're not the one for it. And it's kind of coming to that realization. And also realizing I may not be to you what you are to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so being like, oh, he calls me and not you. It's almost like when he does that, it's this feeling of like, oh my gosh, I'm actually being wanted. I'm being needed. And then it's like the next moment, okay, well, you're shit to me. You're nothing to me. It's that hot and cold. Like you said, I love that contrast.
Yeah.
So,
Also, just adding to what you said about how by trying to fix a person, that's also an excuse to stay.
Yes.
For the person that's abusing you, because you think
you're the one
that you can pour all this love into them and that they're going to change. But you cannot change a person that does not want to change, and you can't help a person that doesn't want to be helped in the first place.
It's the truth, and this song is a perfect representation of that. I like the sound of this already.
They say I'm too young to love you. I don't know what I need. The freedom land of the 70s. You say I'm like the ice I freeze. I'm churning out novels like beat poetry. I say
love his beats.
They say I'm too dumb to see. They judge me like a picture book they forgot to read.
I love that.
I think we're like fire and water. You're burning up, I'm cooling down. You're up, I'm down. You're blind, I see.
Nice.
I pray.
I love that. Those are my music that would be on like one today.
Yes, I was just about to say that. And even this idea of being involved with something that could lead to your demise.
But being okay with it.
Yeah.
Talking about my generation. Talking about that new
Talking. Said I'm talking. Beat it. Forget about it. I love that unapologetic attitude.
I have to say this is my favorite beat so far.
Yeah.
I get high on hydroponic weed.
Oh.
Yeah, my boyfriend's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
But he's not as cool as me.
Boyfriend?
Oh,
That was a cool one.
love that.
She's really just repping everything that's Brooklyn about her. Like, that's just what it feels like. I love that it's a celebration, I guess you could say, of, you know, where she's from, who she is.
Oh, yeah.
I love that she was able to work in all of these things that maybe are kind of stereotypical, but also are just, like, you know, things that are consistent with a New Yorker. I love the fact that she put the accent in there. Yeah.
Talking about. What I like about the song is that it kind of explains, again, the good and the bad, but also that Lana's basically saying, you ain't gotta worry about me.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Brooklyn baby. It's almost like I'm built for this.
Right.
I'm built for this hardship.
Right.
I know how to, you know, get through it.
Yeah.
I know how to come out on top even when things aren't the best for me. And I can see that from a mile away. You see it from a mile away.
Yep.
I'm a Brooklyn baby. At the end of the day, I know what I'm doing. I'm capable of being able to handle this. Now, as we've seen in other songs, that shit has knocked her down.
Yes.
But it's a proud song when you read in between the lines of just things that have built you.
Yeah, that's what I get from it too. And I like the fact that we're still playing with this idea of the boyfriend.
Yeah.
Right? But in that second verse, she talks about how we're like fire and water. We're like the wind and sea. You're burning up, I'm cooling down. You're up, I'm down. Just to see that, you know, there's still those differences between them and the lives that they've led. I like the jabs a little bit at how she's been viewed by the public as an artist, as a public figure.
Absolutely.
So they think I don't understand the freedom land of the 70s. I read that's a bit in reference to the artistic approach that she takes. People have criticized that she doesn't understand that she's not from that. Why are you always using it? But she's saying, hey, I identify with it. And then flash forward to the bridge. I don't have to fucking explain it anymore. That Brooklyn energy that comes in is, I don't give a fuck. Like,
I gotta explain shit to you.
Like, you either get it or you don't. And so I respect that about this track. You know? And you could even say that for a lot of her music. Like, sometimes I don't always get it. I'm guessing sometimes. I also like the idea that she's saying she's cool. Almost like she became a product of her surroundings. Like, you know, when you're around a person too long, you can kind of pick up on their traits a little bit.
Absolutely.
So just that idea of cool continuing over was a nice little thread.
Yeah. I mean, the song can't be called West Coast and not how you kind of feel.
Down on the West Coast, they got a saying, if you're not drinking, then you're not playing. But you got the music, that's why I'm leaving you for the moment. You feel it hard up the shore, I'm feeling hot to the ditch. You say you miss me, and you say I miss you so much. Love, your love, your love. I can see my baby swinging. His parliament's on fire and his hands are
What?
It's crazy, goodbye,
Can we speed back up? Nice.
down on the West Coast, they got their icons, their silver starlets, their queens of Saigons, their golden dozen, rocking no groupies, and you got the music, don't you? You push it hard and pull away, I'm feeling hot and fat. They say you're cutting, boy, it's your white side. Coming back and me, I'm singing, ooh, baby, I'm in love.
I love this little. Emphasizing that. I'm in love.
Wow, actually.
Okay, that was a single, right?
I think so.
I remember this title West Coast, but that's my first time ever hearing it. I like that one.
West Coast might be a favorite of mine.
Yeah, that was a cool one.
liked West Coast a lot, actually.
I like the change in pace.
You're not drinking, then you're not playing. I love it because it's got this West Coast attitude and it's basically explaining this lover, and she's kind of observing him.
Yeah.
The way he moves and how he goes about things and the smoothness of it.
Yeah.
And then by the time you get to the chorus, it slows down because it's like this in love kind of trance.
Yeah.
Is what it kind of puts you in. And it's like, again, explaining everything that she's witnessing about this person.
And everything that she adores,
And everything that she adores. And I love the Hispanic influence. I love it. I think this was a favorite of mine. This was a
I
good
think
song.
verse 2 is probably my favorite. Just like how she highlights the things that we know about the West Coast. They got their icons.
The
You
rock and roll
know,
groupies,
Hollywood is at the center. But I love this line, you've got the music in you. Almost like you are what keeps me going. Because we know how she identifies with music.
Yes.
And that it is one of those things that keeps her going. So
Yeah, for sure.
That feels like that's what she's getting at.
Yeah.
Again, Lana is so detailed in her writing that I'm having to click a lot. If you guys see me reading, it's for that reason. I'm trying to understand each track.
Yeah.
When she leaves this person, she wants to come right back. That's why she said, I'm only leaving you for the moment.
Yeah,
Because
I can't
you
stay
are where
away
I
too
sit,
long.
I feel safe,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And I don't know if she's talking about the same person calling him Boy Blue, but it does help the continuity. So I'm liking this so far. It's a very different vibe.
Very different
from
vibe,
Born to
but
Die.
I like it. I like it.
Being a mistress on the side, it might not appeal to fools like you to lose.
I love that.
Creeping around on the side.
Come on.
Wow.
She said that's not what you do. But
That's what I do.
you haven't seen my man.
You haven't seen
Yeah. Okay. But this double of sad, right? It makes her a sad girl because she's not number one, she's the mistress.
Ooh,
but it also
say
makes
it.
her a sad girl as in pathetic.
Because she can't see her worth.
You say, like when you say, that's sad.
That's sad.
Like what you say, because me and my homegirl, bad girl. You said, I'm a bad bitch on the side.
Bad bitch, you can't kill me. Love that.
Defending it.
You haven't seen my man. You haven't seen my man.
Girl, you haven't really either. Why I like this one?
I just want to.
Because it's the delusion of my man. It's not your man. It's almost like she's unhinged. She's like, if you say anything different, if you pull me out of this world right now,
Tell me that that's not my man.
we're gonna find out. This is nice right here.
Love this. I'm gonna add a like to
Yeah, I'm gonna add a like to that one. That was a really good song. I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
Sad girl. Maybe I'm a sad boy. This is the thing.
Yeah.
I feel like we got the meaning of this song pretty quickly. It's kind of about, you know, being that side piece that is never really promoted to main.
Yeah.
And it's like you keep working for something you're never going to obtain.
That's the truth.
I feel like this album is describing a lot of situations where she's either forced to see her worth or not. She's put in these situations where she has to make a decision. In the beginning, I was like, oh, she's just torn. She doesn't know what's good for her.
No,
what's
this is my choice.
No, she knows.
This is my
and
choice.
she's choosing. And I think that's another reason why she says, I'm a bad girl. Because it's like, at some point, you have to take accountability and say, I know it's wrong for me, but I'm going to do it anyway.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Let me live in this.
I
Let
know
me
I'm
have
a side
this.
bitch. Don't call me the
Don't
side
call me
bitch.
that.
And I love that.
That's my man.
I like the contrast that this album brings with a lot of these songs. I'm a bad girl because I like it.
You know.
And when we're making love, I think Betsy doesn't know this.
Betsy doesn't know it. I like a little
So,
controversy.
Lana, you're a naughty girl.
All the pretty stars shine for you, my love. All those little times you said that I'm your girl. You make me feel
Oh, and
from Sad
like
Girl.
your whole world. Come through, babe. You never do. 'Cause I'm pretty when I cry. I'm pretty when I cry. I spend with you my love.
I gotta hold on to it.
They don't mean shit. I've got much more.
holding on to something that just isn't there.
Like my memory. I'll wait for you.
Not gonna sing it.
Don't say you need me when you leave again. I can't do it, but you do it
Oh, another guitar solo. Recorded in one take? Oh, yeah. Yes, yes.
Wow.
Yes. Just might be top 3 for me. That is a
One
song.
take?
Why haven't I heard y'all talking about that one?
But the song's called Pretty When You Cry.
I don't care that it's not perfect. It is perfect. Pretty When You Cry. Like I said, this is more than likely in my top 3.
Yeah.
I think this was a beautiful song vocally. It's even more impressive that it was done in one take.
Yes.
That guitar solo took me by surprise. Lyrically, I loved this. Again, describing this relationship of Sad Girl where she's being strung along. She's being led to believe that something will come out of this.
Yes.
when nothing ever will. All right?
Yeah.
It is a broken promise before it is promised.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love that.
Saying, I'll wait for you is something I feel like we hear a lot, where it's like, I'm gonna leave her. I'm gonna leave her.
Yeah.
And they never do.
Yeah.
I want you to bear with me.
Okay.
Try to hold on to what I'm saying, right?
Okay.
I'm pretty when I cry over you because it reminds you of the power you have over me. My tears remind you that you still control me.
Yes.
Right? And that's pretty to you because it's attractive to you because it makes you feel good about yourself.
Yes.
That's why you keep me around, because even though you're in a relationship, this constant reminder that you're still desirable, you're still wanted by someone else is enough for you to string me along. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. So, that makes sense as to why it's called Pretty When You Cry.
Okay.
Because the title is coming from the man's point of view and the song is coming from hers.
Yes, but also...
she's telling him, I'm pretty when I cry.
Yes.
Oh, that's
but
a
also
hit.
saying that he is pretty when he cries because when she does try to leave, he begs and he pleads for her to stay.
Yes.
And that's attractive to her. Because
it shows that he
desires her. Does that make sense?
Oh, wow.
So it's these two different points of views that are still twisted. All those special times I spent with you, my love, they don't mean shit compared to all your drugs. There's always going to be something that means more to you
than me.
That's why I'm saying there's this tug of war if she sees her worth, but her actions don't reflect it. Yeah, her actions don't reflect it. This is very... That was a 10 out of 10 song. That is probably actually my favorite so far.
Yeah.
You say that you wanna go to a land that's far away. You talk lots about God. That's not what this bitch wants. I want money, power, and glory.
Dad.
I want money
and all your glory. But like, yes.
My life, it comprises of losses and wins and fails and falls.
True.
I can do it if you really like that.
Wow.
I wanna take you for all that you got. Dope and diamonds, dope and diamonds,
What is happening right now? I'm sick. Dope and diamonds?
This is my favorite.
Yes. I love this. 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 Yeah. I'm sorry.
Wow.
That was a 12 out of 10. That song.
Wow.
I have never heard of that song. Why?
I've never heard of this.
Why?
I want to say vocally, that's probably my favorite Lana Del Rey
so.
song. Wow.
I have a lot to say, yeah.
How I take this. Her man, or whoever, is now saying, I'm going to have to change the way we're living now. We've been doing this for too long.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like I want to be innocent. I want to let go of everything that is filthy, that is unclean. I let go of it. And Lana's saying, no.
Mm-hmm.
I've done too much to get to what the fuck I am right now.
Yeah.
The only things I want is money, power, and glory. It's what I crave. It's what I need.
Mm-hmm.
And living a lifestyle like that could do to you, it kind of warps your wants. You replace your needs with your wants.
Mm-hmm.
And
which she's done on a previous song, too.
yes, the production of this song.
Loved it.
Oh my God, say what you gotta say. Wow.
I love the fact that the song kind of built as it went on.
Yes.
Just like this album is doing.
Yes.
Because this Sad Girl, Pretty When You Cry, Money, Power, Glory Run is kind of sick.
Yeah. Wow.
So I want to build off your point.
Okay.
I feel like there's a bit of a storyline here, whether it's intentional or not. Lyrically, it's almost like this person that she's been a mistress to has decided, like you said, you know what? I want better. I want better for us, I want better for me, I want better for you. Talking lots about God again. And she's kind of like, wait, hold on. I low-key liked it better when you didn't commit to me. And I feel like now there's an underlayer coming out where it's like, have I only stayed in this because your love is never really what I was after?
It was.
Was it these dark things? Money, power, glory?
Yes.
Is that really what I was after?
Yes, it was. It was.
And so that's kind of what I was getting, like, it's flipping a little bit because you do wonder, like, why am I staying in this? Is it just about not seeing my worth, or is there actually something that I'm after?
No, there's an underlying thing that you always crave.
You know?
When someone doesn't give you one thing that you need, you look for it somewhere else.
Yeah.
And when you like what you're getting, you hold on to that. The minute they want to change that, it's like, no. Because I've gotten really comfortable in all your money, all your power, and all your glory.
And I kind of liked the chase. So that's one point of view.
But Lana kind of has power as well. And we were saying,
she does.
With Pretty When You Cry, and it's like, I don't want to give up that power.
She does,
But I also don't want you to give up the power that you have over me as well, because this fucked up situation turns me on so.
I want everything that you have, also still implying that maybe I do want to be the person that you share it with.
Yeah, very true.
So that's just in regards to the storyline, but I did read that Lana Del Rey says, I learned that whatever I did elicited an opposite response, so I'm sure Money, Power, Glory will actually resonate with people as being what I really do want. Artists do this all the time, you know? Artists speak from different perspectives. They love to tell stories, and I don't know why, but the public always takes it literally. And so I love the fact that she did kind of spin on this and say, you know what, I'm gonna write a song about wanting money, power, glory. Y'all gonna think I really want that, but I'm just gonna have fun with it. So it is a little bit of satire.
She doesn't have to explain shit to us.
She doesn't.
Life is awesome, I confess. What I do best. I got tested and I'm fast, yeah.
Wait, like tested, like?
Yeah.
Lay me down tonight. I fucked my way up to the top. Go baby, go. I'm a dragon, you're a whore. Don't even know what you're good for. Mimicking me's a fucking bore. Me.
Who's mimicking her?
And my diamonds and pearls. Tell me something nice about your favorite girl. This is my show. Need you, baby, like I breathe you, baby. Need you, baby, more. Lay me down tonight in my linen and curls. I fucked my way up to the top. Go, baby, go. Need you, baby, like I breathe you, baby.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, I can't say it's like my favorite, especially, I'm sorry, coming after Sad Girl, Pretty When You Cry, Money, Power, Glory. But I will say, I like how she turns such a negative thing, a negative accusation and an image of her, and kind of flipped it on its head.
Yeah.
Also reminds me of like how like the word bitch has been flipped around.
Yeah.
Like this. I fucked my way to the top.
And what about it? Yeah, I do agree. I can't say that it is my favorite or even like a top 5 for me, but I do like how it plays into the storyline of Money, Power, Glory.
Yes.
Because those are usually things that you'd fuck for. That is what the top is considered, you know? So I can't say that the songs necessarily go hand in hand. Maybe they do. Maybe. Actually, well, I read
Mimicking me
that Lana said it's about a singer who first sneered about my allegedly not authentic style, but later she stole and copied it, and now she's acting like I am the art project, and she the true super artist. My God, and people actually believed her. So it makes me wonder if this is at a specific individual.
Okay.
If she maybe feels like what you did was fucked up, and that's how you fucked your way to the top. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay. True.
Maybe it's a spin, not necessarily
about literal intercourse.
You know? So I don't know. That one was an interesting one. I like how it does play into the album, but
okay.
You know.
Blue hydrangea, cold cash divine, cashmere cologne. Red racing cars, where have you been? Where did you go? You used to call the Queen of New York City. But if you send for me, I'll come. I'll run to you, I'll run to you.
Hold on. This sounds so familiar.
Will you still love me when I shine? From words but not from beauty. My father's love was always strong, yet still inside I felt alone. I'll come to you, I'll come to you, I'll come, come, come. And if you call, I'll run, run, run. If you change your mind, blue hydrangea, cold cash divine, sunset and vine, and we were young and pretty.
Wow. Okay. That one caught me a bit by surprise. I loved the string moment. I love how nostalgic the song is. It almost sounds as though she's reflecting on who she was before all of this.
Yeah.
That person that she is still deep down before the cashmere cologne and hot sunshine and the red racing cars.
Yeah.
And also posing this question of, without all of that, again coming back to worth, will you still love me from when I shine from words but not from beauty? If I didn't have all of this,
Exactly.
how would you feel about me? And then even you used to call the Queen of New York City. So I kind of like how she's going back to her roots here. It feels like it definitely was a bit of a recap on the album.
Yeah.
However, just on my mind. Yeah.
I really like the chorus. I think that's
Same.
my favorite part. It's so airy. It's so transcendent. That's old money.
Still saying that this person that she's found,
Still
she'll
doesn't-
still come to them.
Yeah.
Even if it means like kind of sacrificing her words or not seeing, or it not being what she deserves,
Yeah.
she'll still go to this person, is how I'm taking it.
Yeah.
The other woman has time to manicure nails. Is perfect where her rival fails.
Oh, I like that line.
The other woman enchants her clothes with French perfume. Keeps fresh cut flowers in each room. And when her old man comes to call, he finds her waiting just to be by her side. The other woman will always cry herself to sleep. Will never have his love to keep.
Have his love to keep.
The other woman was her life alone.
Yes.
Let me say this. That was the best way she could have taken out this album.
Oh yeah.
First of all, that cover was amazing, but The Other Woman is her. A great reflective song. I'm always gonna be alone at the end of the day. I've gone through all of this. I still don't have what I wanted deep down.
Yeah.
I knew this could be the outcome, and now here I am to spend my days alone.
Yeah.
I'm the other woman. I'm always going to be the other woman.
Yeah.
So in follow-up to Old Money, we got your answer.
Yeah.
You didn't come. You didn't stick by my side.
No.
That's why I love, because to be by her side is such a change from old routine. Oh, I love the point of view from this song. Oh, I love that it's a cover. I love that it's so haunting.
I love all of that. That's why it sounded even more vintage.
Wow,
Nina Simone.
Yeah.
This is where the story wraps itself.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking out this song, again, like Old Money, reflects and recaps the entire album.
It does.
And I'm realizing now that since the beginning she's been telling this story, intentional or not. It's been this story of self-worth, analyzing why you do what you do. In terms of being alone, I think it's even more so a fear of being alone. And that's why she put up with all of these different things and put up with essentially this ultraviolence.
Absolutely.
You know, because it's ultraviolet, and what it does to you in the end, it changes you. I loved in this song how she started talking about the other woman, which is the main woman, I guess you can say, and all the things that there are to appreciate about her. She has time to manicure her nails. She's perfect when her rival fails. She enchants her clothes with French perfume. Just all these glamorous things. And then that third verse, she talks about the other woman as in herself. She'll always cry herself to sleep. She'll never have his love to keep. And as the years go by, the other woman will spend her life alone.
Oh,
and that's kind of like almost like the lesson that she's learned here, as in like this journey of trying to be accepted by this person, trying to be enough, and never reaching it. So I didn't even realize a story was kind of being crafted here until these last two songs. The Other Woman feels like a credits.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Like, Old Money sounded like what ended the album, and Other Woman is credits. I think that's maybe why it's so, like, short.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I love how she expanded on that. That was beautiful.
Let's talk about it. Well, guys, that is Ultraviolence. We have finally listened to it, and boy, was it worth the wait, okay? What to say about Ultraviolence that we haven't already said? I mean, it's so cool, like Jordan noted, that when you get to the last two songs, you notice that the story has been told from the beginning, from Cruel World down. And it is a cruel world. When you think that you can have love somewhere, and it turns out that it was never what it could have been. But from the beginning, and Lana knew that. So it's kind of a shift, a major shift from Born to Die into, I guess, this more psychedelic rock that Lana has continued for the next 9 albums, or however many albums she's on now. It's incredible to see that this is the genesis of that. And I love the title now, especially knowing the story.
Yeah, even more so,
the theme of the album. I think it's just so deep and rich and haunting and daunting and somber and just all of those gloomy words. I'm pleasantly surprised. We didn't know how we're gonna feel going into this, but I thoroughly enjoyed this album.
Same. I knew there was a craze over it. I just didn't know what for.
Now we know.
But listening, I can definitely see it, you know. It's definitely a very cohesive album.
Yes.
Even in regards to the topics, I feel like Cruel World introduces this subject, this idea.
Yeah.
Ultraviolence introduces this relationship. Shades of Cool introduces this person. Brooklyn Baby speaks on the differences between the two.
Yeah.
West Coast, you know, just kind of speaks on maybe the setting, essentially. But Sad Girl is where I really started to see the story that she was telling. And so to get to the end, just beautiful. This idea, again, of ultraviolence and how, you know, it's not just physical. It can be mental, physical, emotional, spiritual.
Everything.
Ultraviolence, that violence can be against anything, you know, in the human experience.
Absolutely.
So I love how she spoke on how that shifts a person. But I gotta know.
Okay.
What's your top 5?
Oh, Jesus. Okay, I think I know. It is in no order, though. Pretty When You Cry, Money, Power, Glory, Sad Girl, West Coast, The Other Woman.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I can respect that. Okay. And in no order for myself.
Okay.
Pretty When You Cry, Money, Power, Glory, Sad Girl. I'm gonna go Old Money and Cruel World. I have to mention Ultraviolence, but Cruel World I think is my 5th.
Okay. Interesting. I think Cruel World was a really good way to start the album. I thoroughly enjoyed the album. So of course, we want to know what you guys think. Well, we already know what the fuck
Well, we know what y'all think, but we want
to know what your top 5 is off of Ultraviolence, so please let us know down below in the comments.
If you enjoyed watching us react, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications, that way you know when we upload, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
And yes, we know the next one should be Norman fucking Rockwell.